You're watching Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Sr. Another loaded show coming your way. We're going to get into an Andrew Wiggins trade rumor that includes Tim Hardaway Jr. of the Dallas Mavericks. But we begin with Draymond Green. His much-anticipated return to this lineup going to happen soon, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski, barring no setbacks for one of the best defensive players that we have ever seen in NBA history. Woj saying this on Sunday, I'm told 7 to 10 days on a return for Draymond Green. He had a workout after the Warriors practice in LA. They stayed over after the loss to the Lakers last night, and it's gonna not be a moment too soon. So Draymond Green expected to come back to the lineup for the Warriors very soon. Hopefully it is in that timetable of 7 to 10 days. And man, have the Dubs missed him. They've really gone on somewhat of a slide since he's been out of the lineup. That is indicative of their win-loss record, 2-8 in their last 10 games, where they've really struggled. But since going out in January, hasn't been a good basketball team, folks. 13-12 record goes to show you they've really just been average. Their offensive rating, middle in the pack in the NBA at 13th, and their defensive rating even worse at 14th. Goes to show you just the profound impact that Draymond Green has on this team. And when you look back at those 3 championships for the Dubs when they went on that dynastic run, my goodness, I mean, you kind of forget just how much of a focal figure Draymond Green was with his impact and imprint on the game offensively and defensively, but also his leadership skills, which are very important on the floor, but off the floor as well. So I want to ask Dub Nation just how much they've missed Draymond Green, but also how they think the Warriors are going to fare with him coming back into the lineup. So Dub Nation, get into the comment section right now, and I want you to sound off, chime in, and let me know. Will the Warriors get back on track with Draymond Green in the lineup? Type Y for yes, type N for no. It's a pinned comment on today's video. So if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, great opportunity for you to scroll on down and get your votes in. By the time you do that, we'll be back talking Dubs. As for what Draymond was able to do prior to the injury, which started as a calf, led to a back injury. He's been rehabilitating it ever since. Around 8 points, 7.5 rebounds, more than 7 dimes. These are near triple-double numbers. So this is what the Warriors have been missing, more than a steal per game and a block per game per night as well. So Draymond has really been able to orchestrate this offense, get everybody in their right situations, and then from that point, he's really able to be a coach on the floor in addition to having Steve Kerr. And his resume is so lofty. 3-time NBA champion, 4-time first-team All-Defensive Player, 2017 Defensive Player of the Year, and his leadership and hoop smarts, his basketball IQ, have gone such a long way in allowing the Warriors to have this sustained success for so long. And the whole story of him being selected out of Michigan State, people doubting him, he's proved all of those detractors wrong and has proven to be one of the most valuable players for this Warriors organization in all-time team franchise history. Are you subscribed to Golden State Warriors Today by Chat Sports? If you are, I'm going to scrub the comment section, and I'm going to look for those of you who just type Dubs. Today's show presented to you by the fine folks at Rumble. At Rumble, that's where you can find more Golden State Warriors Today content. What is Rumble, Chase? Free and uncensored content. In addition to Warriors news and rumors, you can find sports, news, politics, tech, and business content. And what we're really trying to do here at Chat Sports, grow to the platforms that you as the viewers use. Rumble's another one of those platforms that some of our fan base uses, so we want to put content on that website as well. So if you go to rumble.com/WarriorsTV, make sure you plug in that link, and when you do, give us a follow there for anytime we push out Warriors videos, you will be notified. And what Rumble really likes to do is just push out this free and uncensored content so you can basically say whatever the hell you want. Freedom of speech, it's a great thing. Rumble.com/WarriorsTV. I'll put that link in the comment section as well as the description of this video. You're watching Golden State Warriors Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Chase Sr. We're diving into the latest Warriors trade rumors. And I understand that the NBA trade deadline happened a couple weeks ago, but good businesses always look into the future, and they always look to tinker with their employees. And in the sports analogy aspect of this, teams are always looking at their rosters to see which players are entering critical years in their contract, which players have their contracts expiring, and in this case, Andrew Wiggins, after this year, folks, entering the final year of his deal. So really the Warriors are in a predicament. Do they want to extend and give money to Jordan Poole, one of the other young pieces on this roster, or does Golden State want to pay big money to Andrew Wiggins? Because Golden State is paying a premium for Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, they don't have a lot of money to work with as far as paying big money to Poole or Wiggins. So it could come down to a situation where the Warriors have to pay one, and it's going to be a big decision to make for Bob Myers. What this trade proposal is a conversation of sending Andrew Wiggins after this year to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Tim Hardaway Jr., who is a very, very good shooter, good offensive player, doesn't give you the defensive upside that Wiggins gives you. So this coming from Sam Davini, been covering the NBA for a long time. He said this: Poole, the young wing, the Warriors want to sign him to an extension. If they do sign him to an extension, that could be it for Andrew Wiggins and Golden State. He's got one more year in his contract, $33 million. They could play it out, which is absolutely possible, or they could try to get something for him. And if the Warriors want to get something for Andrew Wiggins, it could come in the form of Tim Hardaway Jr. No, he's not an all-star. No, he's not averaging as many points as Andrew Wiggins is this year. He is much more affordable. Now, Hardaway out right now because of a foot injury could cost him the rest of the season, but up to that point, before suffering that injury, 14 points per game, little less than 4 rebounds, 2+ dimes, shooting around 34% from long range. And historically, he's been a better three-point shooter than that. And you take a look at his contract. It is cheaper than Andrew Wiggins. Now, Wiggins signed that contract with the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was a max deal at the time because Minnesota thought he was going to be a franchise cornerstone, and at that point, that was the going rate for stars his age. I'm not sure if Andrew Wiggins is going to get $30, $35 million on his next deal because I don't think he's worth it. But still, I think you can save money by trading away Andrew Wiggins for a player like Tim Hardaway Jr. if the Warriors decide to do that. His contract, $21+ million this year, just signed it this past offseason, $19.5 million the following year, 2023-2024, $17.8, and in 2024-2025, he's on the hook for a base salary of $16+ million. While Tim Hardaway Jr. might be more of a flamethrower from long range, and he can light it up from beyond the arc, from three-point range, Andrew Wiggins' defense is really valuable, not just throughout the course of a ball game, throughout the course of an 82 regular season schedule. But man, I mean, Andrew Wiggins, what he gives to this team defensively is huge for the Warriors right now and moving ahead. Because let's be real, Steph Curry, he's not getting any younger, and he's never been the most premier defensive player. Klay Thompson, since coming off those 2 gruesome injuries, is getting back to and trying to get back to that defensive form that he was at prior to those injuries. Draymond's really good, but he's not getting any younger either. So Andrew Wiggins really is important defensively, as is Jonathan Kuminga. So really you'd be trading away an all-around player in Wiggins, who's better defensively, for maybe the better shooter in Tim Hardaway Jr., who we know would get a bunch of open opportunities if he hovers around that three-point arc. So I'm going to test you with this question before we hop on out of here. Who would you rather have? Andrew Wiggins, THJ? You let me know in the comment section. AW for Andrew Wiggins, THJ for Tim Hardaway Jr. Fire off in the comment section, and thanks for watching today's show.